Hello all, I am Dr. J. Pavitra, Associate Professor, Department of Management Studies, School of Management and Commerce, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research, Chennai. In this video, we are going to discuss on the Indian capital market and its functions. Let us move on to the learning objectives. So the first we are going to be discussing on the capital market, the objectives of capital market, functions of capital market, various types of capital market, the stock exchange, functions of stock exchange, objectives, functions, the powers of SEBI, and the various procedures that are being included for listing of securities. Let us move on to this capital market. What is the meaning of the capital market? The capital is going to be the money that is being invested in the business and the market in which we are able to buy and sell our own products and services. So in this capital market, these products and services may be the investments in the share capital by the businesses. So this Indian capital market is going to be differentiated. The financial markets are being differentiated in various categories, and however this Indian capital market is being segregated into the market which is the primary and the secondary market. So the various instruments that are being highlighted and being traded, where we have the equity, hybrid and the debt. In this intermediaries, where we are having the brokers, the merchant bankers, investment bankers, stock exchanges, underwriters and various other brokerage players are there. And also we have the credit rating agencies, corporate bodies, various intermediaries, individuals, banks and financial institutions, and also we have the foreign direct investments and foreign institutional investors are going to be the important players for the capital market. However, there is an important body, as we already state, in the central bank, the Reserve Bank of India, which is going to be the governing regulator for all the public sector undertakings and also the private sector banks, and also the non-banking financial companies, in which the Reserve Bank of India is giving the regulations. Similarly, we have the SEBI, in which we are going to be discussing in the detail in the next few slides. What is the definition of the capital market? According to P.K. Dhar, this is not a market for capital goods, but it is rather for the market which is raising and advancing money capital for investment purpose. So the business wants to raise additional capital apart from the capital that is being already invested for the businesses. So the business is going to be raising their funds in the capital and the investment purposes. What is the meaning of the capital market? So we have this capital market is going to be the part of financial system in which they are raising the capital funds by dealing in shares, bonds and the other securities and long-term investments. This market is going to be where the investments instruments is going to be such as the bonds, equities, mortgages are going to be traded, which is all called as the capital market. So we hereby refer that the long-term funds, long-term sources of funds that is going to be recognized and reviewed by the businesses and invested, where we call it as the capital market. What are the nature of the capital market? So it has the two segments, which is going to be the primary market and the secondary market. Here the capital market is always going to be dealing in the long-term securities, like whether it is going to be the equity capital, preference capital or the debentures. And it is going to be performing the trade-off functions between the securities. It creates a dispersion in business ownership, where we can be able to focus on the diversification, and it helps in capital formation and creating more liquidity for the businesses. What is the role of capital market? Here, the capital market is going to be mobilizing the savings, where each and every individual investor are going to be raising their funds and investing in this capital market, where they can have more savings and then generate it in the form of investments. Capital formation, when the businesses want to go for additional capital, so they are going to move in this capital market, so that the capital market is going to be having the equity share issues, and then the capital formation can be made easily. Provision of investment avenues. So the individual investors who are going to be investing in the variety of avenues, such as the bank deposits or the post office or the life insurance, investment plans, and we have the stock market, that is the capital market, in which the equity share are going to be traded in the stock exchanges, which is generating the provision for the various investment avenues apart from the already given stated avenues. It is going to be speeding up the economic growth and development. So, when the businesses are raising their funds in the equity market or other such markets, they are able to make a growth in the Indian development and the economy is getting better. Proper regulation of the funds. So here the proper regulations such as the SEBI, which is going to be regulating the funds and be bringing various guidelines for the regulations in the capital market. Various functions of the capital market are: first one, we have the allocation function. Here the savings of the period are going to be allocated in various segments of the capital market, and also how much of the funds that is going to be prepared by the system through the incentives and also for the penalties. Next, we have the liquidity function, in which they are providing the means whereby all the buyers and sellers can exchange their securities and satisfy through the prices which are going to be traded in the capital market, and it allows better securities for the securities that are going to be traded in the stock exchange. It next function is going to be the indicative function, which is showing not only the progress but also they are going to be improving the economy through the various price movements of a company in the stock market. Next, we have the savings and investment function. These two are going to be interrelated. When an individual is going to be having the savings and then after he wants to multiply the savings through the form of investment, which is going to be converting into the long-term investment purposes through the liquid funds and speeding up the growth of their savings and also bringing speed in the investment. Next is the transfer function, in which the businesses are able to facilitate the transfer of its assets among the economic units or group. Next, we have the merger function, which is able to encourage the voluntary. So when a company is going to be getting merged into another company, the valuation of shares in the capital market is going to be evaluated, and then the management of inefficient companies into the competitive hands of other companies. We have these various capital market instruments that are being traded in the stock market, such as the equity share capital, preference shares, government bonds or the corporate bonds or the debentures, in which the businesses are going to be investing in the market. We have the major suppliers of the funds in the capital market, such as the commercial bank, insurance companies, business corporations, and retirement funds. These four are the major suppliers who are going to be giving the funds to the public, and the public is going to be selecting some companies and investing in the stock market. Various borrowers, the businesses are going to be borrowing some amount of capital that is going to be required apart from the investment in the capital market, where we are having this treasury departments, corporations and the securities dealers. Treasury departments is going to be purchased by some commercial papers, which are being short-term commercial papers, and the treasury bills that are going to be floated in the market, and corporations which are going to be giving the loans, and security brokerage dealers can also make a borrowings in the capital market. These are the two types of capital market in which they are having the primary and the secondary market. So what is this primary market? First time when the company is going to be having the listing of its securities, before entering in either in the primary or the secondary market, the company has to get listed in the market, in the capital market. So this primary market is going to be where the securities of equity, preference or the debentures are going to be sold in the market for the first time by collecting the long-term capital. So here this market, the primary market is going to be concerned for the fresh issues, and it is also called the new issue market. We have the various market which is going to be for the fresh issue, which is called as the initial public offering. So the initial public offering is going to be at most important where the business and the companies are going to be more floating their capital in the market, where we have also the participants, the issuers, investors and various intermediaries who are going to be an important part in this primary market. Various features of the primary market are, first of all, they are going to be starting for the fresh issue, which is building the long-term capital, and the securities are going to be sold first time in the market, and then they are going to be issued directly to the investor by giving the advertisement and then flotation of the pricing and bringing the number of shares that is going to be given for the public. Securities issued for the new business or expanding the existing business can also be done when in going to the initial public offering in the primary market. It is the purpose of going to the public for buying of the company shares. Next, we move on to the secondary market, which is also called this Indian stock market. What is the stock market? Stock market is going to be the security exchange, where it is a marketplace when the securities are being listed and thereon being bought and sold, either investment or speculation. See, when the companies are going to be listed, after which their companies are going to be traded either in the primary market or the secondary market. What is the stock exchange? The stock exchange are going to be giving an important part in this capital market, which is called the secondary market. So here the securities are going to be bought or sold in the securities market, and this is going to be constituting an important part by assisting or controlling the business in buying and selling the shares, which is being given under the Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956. What are the features of this stock market? It is going to be dealing with the previously issued securities that are already bought or sold in the market. Buying and selling of the securities through the broker. So the investors are going to be buying the securities through only to a broker and not directly. And this security exchanges is going to be from existing investor to a new investor. Securities are marketable and liquid. So when they are going to go for unlisting, securities are not permitted to deal in the market. So the first of all, but before going to the stock exchange, the Bombay Stock Exchange or the National Stock Exchange, we have to get listed, and the stock exchange is going to be regulating the day-to-day operations and the shares that are going to be traded in the businesses. Individuals alone can buy and sell securities. Next, functions of the stock market. It is going to be ensuring the liquidity of the capital. Whenever the business wants to go for the stock market, they are able to get the equitable cash, and then liquid cash can be made easily available by issuing the shares to the public. Continuous market for securities. When the companies after the listing, they are being highly traded, and the buyers and sellers are going to be making a continuous progress. Evaluation of the securities. Well, traded in the securities market, they are going to be evaluating about the performance of the particular share in the market. Mobilization of surplus savings. When the investors who are having the more profit, they are going to be called as the promoters who are going to be investing in other companies as well. And then it is helps in raising the new capital, safety in dealing. So when going for the Bombay Stock Exchange or the National Stock Exchange, they are getting listed, and then it is going to be safety where lot of security measures are being taken up by the SEBI. Listing of securities. This is the important function. Without the listing procedure, none of the companies are allowed to trade in the market. It is a platform for the public to enter and trade for their own investments. Clearing house of business informations. So they are having a clearing house which is going to be settling the transactions that are traded in the market. The role of stock exchange, where the first one is going to be raising the capital for the business. When the business wants additional capital, they are going to the stock market, and when the prices are very good and high moving, and the more the investors are purchasing, they are able to have more capital in the business. Mobilizing the savings for the investments, facilitating the company's growth. When the company is bringing the stock market, they are able to have the good position and the growth in the market. Redistribution of the wealth. They have the more profits and they wanted to expand their business, in which by taking into the stock market, they are able to have the good dealings and wealth creation is being made. Corporate governance is an important part in any market concern in the capital market. Has to have the proper ethics and the responsibilities to be followed, and the code of ethics and the conduct has to be properly established. Creating investment opportunities for small investors. Even the startup companies are going to be investing in the stock exchange, which creates more investment generation for the small companies. Government capital rising for the development projects. Even the bond debt market is going to be also in the stock exchange apart from the equity market, and it is being a measure for the economy, how the growth of the economy is being in the situations. Various players of the stock market. The first one is going to be the stock broker, who is going to be dealing with the trading of the shares and securities, in which the investor is going to be buying a particular company, and this stock broker is have to follow some rules and guidelines to become a broker. We have the commission broker, jobber, floor broker, security dealer. All these are some of the important classifications under the stock broker who are eligible to make the stock buying and selling of the securities as an intermediary between the investor and the company. And the next we have these financial intermediaries such as the commercial banks who are being dealing with the securities as well, which is the development financial institutions, insurance companies, mutual funds, non-banking institutions, and the individual investors. All these are going to be the players who are being contributing for the growth and development of the stock market. So next, coming to the important part where we are having the SEBI, who is the regulator for the capital market. So the SEBI is going to be bringing the important guidelines for the regulations of the capital market. So here the SEBI means the Exchange Board of India, which was being constituted on April 12, 1988 as a statutory body, after which they are being developed to regulate the stock market in India, and they are going to be regulating the securities market and being set up by the government of India in 1988, and this has been passed as an act in the parliament in 1992 in the parliament by the government. What is the history? How it has got developed? The SEBI has been a statutory body without any statutory power that has been allocated. In 1995, they were being given additional power by the government of India through various amendments in the Security Exchange Board of India Act, which was being passed in 1992. Then after, in April 1998, it has been constituted as the regulator for the capital markets under the resolution which has been passed in the Government of India. The first objective, the overall objectives, there have been the promotion and protecting the investors' interest and develop the stock exchanges and regulate the various activities that are being conducted in the stock market. The various objectives of the stock market is first to regulate the activities of the stock exchange, and then we have this to protect the rights of the investors and ensuring to their investment. That is the most important aspects of the SEBI. And next we have the to regulate and develop a code of conduct for intermediaries such as the brokers. So the various intermediaries are going to be constituting an important role in providing the selling and buying of the securities to the investor. So they have to be given some guidelines for being a broker to prevent fraudulent and malpractices by having a balance between the self-regulations of the business and its statutory regulation. So various scams that has been happened in the recent years in the capital market, and the SEBI always giving a stringent guidelines and to protect the investors and also prevent these fraudulent and malpractices that has happened in the past decade. What is the main reason to establish the SEBI? They have to be started in the stock market, such as the price. So to control the regulations and the rules that has to be formulated. Unofficial premium on new issue has been one of the reasons in which the SEBI has been formulated. Delay in delivery of the shares. So now we are having in the electronic mode, which is very easier and fast to transfer the shares when the investor is buying and selling the securities. Previously, there has been a in number of delays that has happened when buying and selling of the shares or raising of the funds by the business in the capital market. Violation of rules and regulations of the stock exchange and the listing regulations and the requirements are not properly followed, which are being an important part to establish the SEBI. So here, after knowing about the various non-proper regulations, the SEBI has been formulated as the Securities Exchange Board of India. The functions of the SEBI, we have the three functions, which is going to be the protective functions, development functions, and then regulatory functions. The protective functions, as they are first and foremost to protect the interest and the safety of the investment, as the investors' hard-earned money are being invested in the securities market, and ensuring the SEBI for the investor to protect their hard-earned money. As protecting the functions, to first check the price rigging. What is this price rigging? Price rigging refers to manipulating the price of securities with the main objective of inflating and depressing the market price. Here, this prohibition has been brought up by the SEBI to defraud and cheat the investors. It prohibits from the insiders trading. The insider is going to be a person who is always connected to the board of directors or the company managing directors who provide the various insiders information which is going to be affecting the price of the market. So here this insider trading has been prohibited and which being stopped. Next, we have the developmental functions, which are going to be promoting and developing various activities that are happening in the stock exchange. The SEBI is going to be promoting the various activities by adopting a flexible way in which easier mechanisms are being made for the trading of the securities. SEBI has given the permission to pay for the internet trading through registered stockbrokers. The SEBI has also provided the underwriting options to reduce the cost of issue, and also they have been given the various changes in the initial primary market about the initial public offering to permit through the stock exchange as well. Next, we have the regulatory functions. These functions are also going to be giving the activities done in the stock exchange. The SEBI's registers and has to be registered about the working of the stockbrokers and sub-brokers who are being associated, and also the transfer agents and the trustees and the merchant bankers who are being associated in the stock exchange. The SEBI is going to be registering and regulating the working of the various segments about the mutual funds or the initial public offering, etc. SEBI is going to be also giving the regulations about the mergers and the takeovers of the company. SEBI is providing the inquiries and audit of various stock exchanges as well. The important regulations that are being conducted by the SEBI, such as in the primary market relating to the issue of the shares, new issue market, secondary market towards the stock exchanges, mutual funds is an important segment where the regulations has been provided, and also the regulations for the foreign institutional investments. The SEBI has been given as a regulations for the mutual fund has been started from the year 1993. It has also issued the guidelines to protect the interest of the investors even for the mutual fund segments. All the mutual funds are going to be promoted by either the public or the private sector, which is under the SEBI. The role of the SEBI for the IPO. The rules and regulations of the SEBI are going to be provided based on the issues and India governed by the SEBI. Any company who is going for the initial public offer should get the approval from the SEBI by giving submission of the application forms and various procedures that are needed for the company, where the SEBI is going to be providing about the opening and of its initial public offering through the issuer's company by the lead managers who are submitting the prospectus and their other documents. The SEBI is going to be providing the guidelines and the clarifications and any changes that are being made for the prospectus which are being suggested by the SEBI, and after which it gets approval to go for the initial public offering. The SEBI is going to be validating about the initial public offering and also tries to check all the documents and support whether enough informations are being available, which helps the investors to take the decision about the investment in the initial public offering segment. Various responsibilities of the SEBI, such as the SEBI is going to be responsible for the need of the groups which are being constitutions of the market, the issuers of the securities, the investors, and the various market intermediaries who are going to be the important players, and SEBI also having the important functions such as the quasi-legislative, quasi-judicial, and quasi-executive for providing the responsibilities. Various powers of the SEBI is also there. The investments, investigation, and also proper investigation of their books of accounts at a periodical date has to be made. Inspections in the books of accounts of the financial intermediaries and compelling certain companies to get it listed their shares in one or more stock exchanges. And then we are going to be ceasing and desist the proceedings. Prospectus, they are going to be checking and then judge directly about the violation, that is anything that are being contained under the provisions of the Companies Act. Various departments that have been functioning under the SEBI, such as the Market Intermediaries, Regulatory and the Supervision Department, Market Regulation Department, Derivatives and New Product Department, Corporation Finance Department, Investment Management Department, Integrated Surveillance Department, Investigation Department, and Legal Affairs Department are being functioning in SEBI. Next, we look about this listing of securities, which is an utmost important for any company to be trading in the stock exchange. So, listing is going to be the selections of the company and the admission of the securities of the company in any of the recognized stock exchange. Listing of the securities is going to be undertaken with the primary objective of providing the materiality, liquidity, and the various transferability of these shares. The listing regulations are being given under the SEBI. So first of all, they are going to be submission of the application, after which they are going to be following according to the Companies Act, such as the prospectus, memorandum of association, articles of association, and various agreements are going to be looked upon, and then the capital, that is going to be capital structure of the business, whether they have the equity share capital and the dividends that have been declared for the company. They are going to be giving the compliances and the regulations that has to be followed according to the Companies Act, SEBI, and make proper regulations in the exchanges. And also the mergers of association and the articles of association and the prospectus that are going to be there, and the directors report, annual accounts, and the agreements are going to be made available. Various advantages of the listing, such as they are going to be having the liquidity, it is going to be easy for the liquidity, regular infrastructure, and easy transferability is there, and then income tax benefits, transfer of the filing, and helps in companies positions to be made. However, we have the various disadvantages, such as the listed companies are subjected to various regulators measures, and it is at most difficult to follow all the regulations, and the essentials that are going to be informations has to be properly submitted to the stock exchanges. The listing requirements are available. So we have the large cap companies has to be offering the size of rupees 10 crores and market capitalization not less than 25 crores. And the small cap companies of the market maximum is going to be the issue of rupees 3 crores, and the market capitalization is not going to be less than 5 crores has to be given. Various steps in listing are going to be there. First of all, they are going to be submitting about the applications and giving all the documents which are necessary for the listing procedures, and then they have to pay the listing fees, and collections of the listing fees is done through various banks. And then trading permission. After checking all the documents, the SEBI is going to be approving the trading permissions, and the payment of 1.5 securities with the designated stock exchanges has to be made, and then after they are bringing the advertisement in which their companies are getting listed in the stock exchange. These are all the listing fees that are going to be given. Up to the 50 crores, 1 lakh is the listing fees. Listed capital above 50 to 100 crores, 1 lakh 60, and then above 100 to 150 crores, 1 lakh 90, above 150 to 200 crores, it is 2 lakh 25, and then above 200 to 250, it is 2 lakh 61,000. Based on the capital that is going to be shown in the business, their listing fees is going to be different. Then after, some companies may go for this delisting from the stock exchanges, either going to be the two types of compulsory listing or the voluntary listing. The compulsory listing is going to be providing the ways in which if any violations that are being made, or any problems or any fraudulent activities are being done, then they go for the SEBI is being given the authority to make the compulsorily delisting. And when the voluntary delisting, when the companies are unable to move in the stock market, they can themselves go for the voluntarily delisting procedure. So these are the important functions of the capital market, and which the governing body, which is the SEBI, with bringing the various regulations and protecting the investors, and the listing of the securities are going to be important one before they are going to be traded in the stock exchange. I thank the opportunity given by the Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. Thank you.